and welcome to Kids Corner on Armstrong Channel 20. I'm Miss Krista, and I'm so excited today to be at Poland Union Elementary School with Mrs. Jeswald's second grade class. Do you like to receive presents? Do you like to give presents? Everyone loves presents, and we're definitely in a present giving season, so we're going to read a wonderful book called Silver Packages by Cynthia Rylant. After that, we're going to make our own present boxes. And these boxes are just made out of paper. And I'm going to show our friends how to make origami paper boxes just like this. Then we're going to decorate them and glitter them and get them all ready for gift giving season. So whether you love to give gifts or you love to receive gifts or both, you sure are going to love our book and our craft. If you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. I think I hear Mrs. Jeswald's class coming. Let's get ready. This is a very special season. And there's a lot that goes on in this season, right? There's some stuff with turkeys. Some stuff with cranberry sauce. Not a good season to be a turkey, is it? There's some stuff with trees, right? There's some stuff with menorahs. There's some stuff with this big guy in a red suit, right?
No, not yet.
Not yet. There's some stuff with Chanukah. There's all different kinds of holidays right now. But in every holiday, maybe not the one with the turkey, but in these special holiday times, there's something that happens. What happens? There's no wrong answer here, just in case you're wondering. Unless you say somebody dresses up in a big furry suit with long ears.
Oh, I know.
Wrong holiday. What do you think?
Nothing.
Okay, what do you think?
Easter Bunny.
Okay, that's the Easter Bunny, but what holiday are we into now?
Thanksgiving.
Do we have Thanksgiving coming up? What else do we have coming up?
Turkeys.
Turkeys, you're right. What else?
Christmas.
We have Christmas coming up. Yeah. What else?
Hanukkah.
We have Hanukkah coming up. And what do you do around this time of the year? What do you do? How do you celebrate all of these wonderful, the leaves are falling off the trees and it's starting to get colder out. How do we celebrate?
I usually rake leaves.
You rake leaves. That's a great one. How else?
I watched
You watch what? You watch the leaves fall. What else do we do?
I think of what I'm thankful for.
You think of what you're thankful for, and then after that holiday, the snow starts falling down, and what do you do? How do you celebrate?
I look out the window and see the snow falling, and then I get my boots on and go outside.
Oh, so cool. So you go out and you play in the snow, huh? What else? I'm sorry? You build a snowman. What about you in the back?
You celebrate the holidays with your family.
Oh, yeah, you see lots and lots of family, huh? Who gets to see their family and friends around the holidays? I'm so excited I get to see all my family and friends. What about you?
I celebrate a Christmas party at my house.
You have a party? You go to your aunt's. Great. What do you do?
I go to my grandma's, grandpa's.
Oh, Grandma and Grandpa's.
My brother always annoys me, so I get his shirt and put his nose.
Oh, no. What else? How else do you celebrate that? What else do you do? I know we do a lot of playing outside. What else do we do? What do you do to celebrate the holidays?
I go in my hot tub and we go outside and we can scoop some snow.
Oh, so cool. How about this? You get up. It's December 25th. You go downstairs. What do you do? Or if you celebrate Hanukkah, this happens for 7 nights. You get something, or you give something. What is that thing called? Presents! Bravo! Well done. You know what I love? The fact that none of you mentioned presents until right now. The fact that you all celebrate. And presents are good, right? But you all get to see family and friends and walk outside, yes.
Also Veterans Day.
And Veterans Day is coming up. Bravo! Do we celebrate all of our veterans? Anybody who was in a war? Your dad's a veteran? And is your dad a soldier? Was he in the Army? He was in the Army. How do we celebrate, and this is the question, how do we celebrate veterans? Do we celebrate with presents? Well, no, not usually, but how do we let veterans know that we care about them? How do we
Write a card for them.
You write a card? What do you say in that card?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So sometimes a present could be just a thank you, right? sometimes a present could be something that you need, right? Like a toothbrush, right?
I don't need a toothbrush.
Every year in my stocking, my mom always got us toothbrushes. Sometimes a present could be something you want, right? Yeah. How do you know if a present is something that you want or something that you need? How do you know?
Because if it's like a bed or a house that you need to live with, then that would be something you need.
So something that you need to live, right? Is something you need is something you need. What about you?
And like an Xbox and Wii is something you want.
Because you don't need it to live, right? You don't need an Xbox to live, right? Or do you? No, probably not.
New Year's will be coming up too someday.
Oh, you're right. There's a lot of holidays. Well, we are going to read a book. Who's heard of one of my favorite authors? Her name is Cynthia Rylant. Who's heard of Cynthia Rylant? A lot of you, because she writes some pretty famous books, huh?
Yeah, we
He grows up to be something that you have to be very smart to be too. And it's part of the gifts he receives helps him to be smart. Do you know that sometimes what you receive helps you to be smart? Like food helps you to be smart, right? So you could grow and your brain could be smart. Clothes, so you could be nice and cool, or nice and warm, so if it's cold outside you can concentrate. Let's read what our friend receives that helps him to grow up to be smart and a good person. This book is called Silver Packages, and it's an Appalachian Christmas story. Who knows where Appalachia is? Who knows where Appalachia is? Do you know what?
it's right above Ohio.
Mm-hmm. It's like right on the Appalachian mountain range, huh? Silver Packages. A train comes through Appalachia every year at Christmas time. And though it doesn't have antlers, nor does the man standing on its rear platform have a long white beard, it may as well be Santa Claus and his sleigh for all the excitement it stirs up. People call it the Christmas train, and it has been coming to them for years. Each new child born in the mountains learns to walk, talk, and wait for the Christmas train. It's everyone's delight. Why do you think they're so excited? Let's see if we can tell. The older people remember its beginning. They tell of a rich man who had come traveling through the hills by car many years back. No one knows why he came up into the hills, but why isn't important. What matters is what happened. The man had an accident. His car just took itself right over the side of a ridge, and the man slumped in that car, hurting and scared. Someone came along. Some say it was old Mr. Crookshank. Others say it was Betty Pritt. But who came along isn't important either. Whoever it was pulled that rich man out of his car and took him to a house in the hills where he was nursed and cared for until he could make it out on his own. When he left, the rich man tried to give money to the people who had helped him, but they wouldn't accept it. So that rich man left the mountains feeling he owed a great debt. And for the remaining years of his life, he has been repaying this debt from the caboose of a Christmas train he brings into the hills each December. On the 23rd, everybody knows it, the train will slowly wind up and around the mountains, and on the platform of its caboose will stand the rich man in a blue wool coat. He will toss a sparkling silver package into the hands of each child who waits beside the tracks. And for some, it will be the only present they receive. So the train is awfully important. Why do you think it's the only present they might receive? Do you know why? Can you guess? Why do you think?
Because there's so many people in that town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true, because there's a lot of people, probably a lot of mouths for each family to feed. Why do you think?
And there's no Santa.
Maybe there's no Santa. Yeah, could be. Probably a Santa. Santa goes everywhere, doesn't he? Does Santa go everywhere? Okay, go. Phew. I've been really good this year, so I'm hoping. Maybe their families are too poor to buy gifts. Yeah. One year, a boy named Frankie stands beside the tracks and waits for the Christmas train. It is very cold and a lot of snow has come down the night before. Frankie's shoes are thin and his feet hurt badly from the cold, but he is determined to wait, even if his feet and all the rest of him become ice. Now this particular boy wants a particular present. Not just any present tossed from the back of that train, a particular present, a doctor kit. He's been waiting for it beside the tracks. The train comes through finally. Noisy and steaming and scary, it is so big, but everyone loves to see it and they cheer and clap, and some of the mothers even weep to see it coming. Frankie stands there at the tracks praying for a doctor kit till he sees the caboose slowly coming up. And when it is just past his nose, he shouts and waves and runs after the train, his icy feet aching. Do you think he gets it? From the rear platform, the rich man in the wool coat sees him. "Merry Christmas," he calls, and he tosses into Frankie's hands a sparkling silver package. Frankie stops running. He is out of breath, so he can't yell a thank you. He can only hold tight to his gift and wave to the man in the train, disappearing into the mountains. Frankie carries his package home and puts his own name on it and sets it under the family Christmas tree. On Christmas morning, he opens it. It isn't a doctor's kit. It's a cowboy holster set and 3 pairs of thick red socks. Frankie looks at his mother and father and brothers and sisters and tries not to cry. He wears the socks all winter and plays with the cowboy set all year, but he dreams of a doctor kit. The next Christmas, Frankie waits again in the cold for the Christmas train. The socks still fit him, so his feet are warm. Not a bad present, right? God can use it all year. But his fingers are cold and hurting. He waits at the tracks and prays for a doctor kit. The train comes. The rich man tosses the silver package. Do you think it's a doctor kit? Fingers crossed for Frankie. And on Christmas morning, Frankie opens it. No. It is a little police car with lights that really work, plus 2 pairs of brown mittens. Frankie doesn't cry. He wears the mittens all winter and plays with the car all year, but he dreams of a doctor kit. Frankie waits 3 more years for a doctor kit. Never comes. He gets trucks and balls and games. He gets mittens and socks and hats and scarves, but the doctor kit never comes. When Frankie grows up, he moves away out of the hills. He lives in different places and meets different kinds of people, and he himself changes a little into a different kind of person. But deep in him, never changing, are his memories. And what he remembers most about being a boy in the hills is that just when it seemed like his feet would freeze like the snow, a man on the train had brought socks. Just when it seemed his fingers were hardening to ice, the man had brought mittens. Just when the cold wind was cutting sharp as a blade into his throat, the man had brought a scarf. And just when Frankie's ears were numb with red cold, the man had brought a hat. And Frankie remembers something about owing a debt. What's a debt? What's a debt?
Money.
Yeah, money. Or a debt could be if somebody does something really nice for you, you feel like you've got to give something back to them, right? So, a grown man who has been gone a long time moves back into those same mountains to live. His brothers and sisters are still there, waiting for him. He returns to the hills where he has grown up. And that winter, near Christmas, he stands at the tracks, watching the children wait for the train. And it comes, as always. The grown man watches the steam engine move toward him, watches the caboose roll by him, and he nearly runs after that train, so strong are his memories. This grown man nearly runs after a silver package. But instead, he watches a little girl chase that caboose, watches a man in a wool coat toss her a sparkling silver package, watches the gift land near the little girl's feet, watches her running so fast that she trips on her silver package, watches her fall to the ground. The grown man does run now, but not for a train, not for a rich man in a wool coat, for a little girl. He picks her up. He wipes away her tears with the scarf from around his neck. He smiles at her. "It's okay, little one," he says easily. "The train is disappearing into the trees." He had meant to wave to the rich man, but there wasn't time. He picks up the silver package and puts it into the little girl's arms. "You'll be all right," he tells her. "I'll make sure." He pulls open his kit to look for a Band-Aid. "Name's Frank," he smiles. "I'm a doctor." So what did he get in the end?
A doctor kit,
He got a doctor kit.
but a real one.
A real one, he sure did, because that man made sure that he was safe and warm, right? So that he could grow up nice and strong to become a doctor. So sometimes even those gifts you need become gifts you really want. You just don't know it yet, huh? I love to get gifts, just like everyone else. Every grown-up does. But do you love to give gifts? Who loves to give a gift? Who loves to see when you give someone a gift, like if it's at a birthday party or something, and that person opens the gift and their face is all bright and smiling, and they look at you and they're like, "Thank you so much. Do you all love it?" I love that. So I thought, in the spirit of the gift-giving season, we're going to make gift boxes. Yes. However, this gift box didn't start out as a gift box. See, there's a top and a bottom to it. It's kind of plain. It needs a little decoration. This gift box started out as this piece of paper. And that's what you're going to make. We're going to make origami gift boxes, and then we're going to decorate them. Yeah.
Tomorrow's my birthday party.
Well, bravo. Happy birthday to you. The big 08? 8 years old? Fantastic. Good job.
Are we going to decorate?
You are, and I've got glue, and I've got paintbrushes, and I've got lots of stuff to decorate them with, and then I'm going to show you a special technique, because this is 2nd grade, right? So you're ready for this. I'm going to show you a special technique on how to glaze them with glitter. Okay, but first we've got to make, before we do anything, we've got to make your boxes. So making an origami box when you start out might look a little hard and a little challenging, but I promise you're going to get the hang of it. It's very simple once you do it a couple times, and once you learn it, it's the same way every time, so you can make hundreds of these. First, what I have here is a square piece of paper. That's the most important thing, is to start with the perfect square. In origami, at least how we're going to make this box, is we're going to make all of our folds first. Then we'll make the box together, but first we have to fold the paper, open it up, and keep folding it until we have all of our folds. Our first fold is right in half. So I'm going to fold this right in half, and it's important to really get those creases nice and tight, so you want to go over them a couple times. And then I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to fold it in half again the other way. And that will be our second fold. So I've got that. I'm going to make it nice and tight. So now instead of one square, we have 4 little squares. I'm going to lay it back out. I'm going to take each tip of it, and I'm going to fold it down into the middle like a triangle. So I'm going to take the tip, and it's important to be just as precise as you can here, which means just as exact as you can be. Because you can always have, you don't have to be as exact when you're coloring it or decorating it, but when you're folding it, you do need to be pretty exact. And I'm just folding each of the corners up right into the middle, as perfect as can be. And then I'm going to go over my creases again. Very important to have nice, tight creases. Oh, maybe not drop it too much. And I end up with one little square with all these little triangles in the middle. I'm going to keep these triangles all folded in while I do the next part, which is to take one side and fold it into the middle. So I'm going to take this side, I'm going to fold it right up into the middle, just as perfect as can be. Nice tight creases. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. So now I've got a rectangle. I've got both sides right in the middle. And I'm going to open those up. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2 sides. I'm going to fold that side right into the middle. And I'm going to take the other side, I'm going to fold that right into the middle. And I'm going to make sure that it's just so nice and creased. That's all of our folds. We made all of our folds. So now I'm going to set it down, and you have your rectangle right here. These are the sides of your boxes. To make the other two sides so that it's all put together, I pull out the two triangle tips in the middle, and I pull those out. So I only pulled out the sides of it, just the opposite sides. Because this is symmetric, so whatever we do on one side, we do on the other side. Now that they are out, I'm going to locate the diagonal on each corner. And there's one over here too. I'm going to take those and fold them in, and when you fold them in, your box is naturally going to start to come together because it's got all those folds. I'm going to fold it over, I crease that real good, and I have one side of my box done. To do the other one, I'm going to find my diagonal lines again, my diagonal folds. I'm making no new folds. I already made all my folds. I'm going to find this one over here, and then it starts to come up on its own. Once I fold those in, fold it over, and fold it in. And that is your origami box. Now to make the bottom of the box, all you need is a square piece of paper, 1/2 inch shorter on each side. So my first piece of paper was 14 inches by 14 inches. 14 on each side, 14 inches. I made sure my next piece of paper was 13.5 inches by 13.5 inches. Just short enough so that when you fold it, it's just this much smaller, so it'll fit right underneath the top of it. If you have any other questions, there's lots and lots of websites you could go to. Just put in your Google search button, origami paper boxes, and you'll get lots and lots of easy instructions so you can start making your own boxes. We're going to do after the kids are done. I have a mixture here of glue and water. I put the glitter already in it so that there's not glitter all over the room. So you'll see, it's hard to see that there's specks of little glitter in here, but when it dries, it'll dry clear and all you'll see is the shiny glitter. Right now it looks sort of like the consistency of a glaze you would for a cake. And that's exactly what we're going to do, is glaze the boxes with a glue and water mixture with glitter in it. You could use Mod Podge. If you have Mod Podge or any other decoupage material, you can use that as well. But I didn't have any, so I made my own. Well, I had so much fun today at Poland Union Elementary School with Mrs. Jeswald's second grade class. And of course, we were so lucky to have Mrs. Stacy here today. Not only did we read Silver Packages by Cynthia Rylant, we learned all about the importance of sometimes getting what you need, not always what you want, because in the end, it turns out to be exactly what you want. We also made our very own packages. We made gift boxes using nothing but paper, which we turned into boxes, and the kids had a great time decorating them with glue and paper cutouts and lots of glitter. I hope that you loved the book and the craft, and if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. This is Miss Krista for Kids Corner. I hope you have a fantastic day.